Hi everyone, this is Charmander, and in this video, I'm going to be doing a first look review of the latest infantry field hero in the game Doomsday Last Survivor, and that hero is Rozalia. I just want to say that this hero is a lot stronger than she looks at first glance. So I'm going to read her description and I'm going to explain later why she's actually a lot stronger than you think. We're going to look at a first skill called Blade Dance, which has a rage requirement of 1000. And what happens is counterattacks deal bonus damage of 3000 for the next 3 seconds. This effect can trigger up to 8 times when not in a rally or garrison, and there's remaining triggers when the duration ends, deals damage with a damage factor of 11,000 to up to 3 nearby characters. So one of the reasons why this skill is so good, even though when you read the description it sounds kind of crappy, is first, it directly affects how battles will happen in the field, especially against riders. As you know, one of the biggest complaints that people in the community has had for the longest time is if infantry beats riders, how come riders destroy a lot of infantry? And that is because riders can hit and run, meaning they can hit you when you're running away. And if you try to hit the riders, they can just run away. And by doing so, it's difficult for you to actually beat a rider player in big open maps such as Archipelago Raid. Where Rozalia comes in is that not only when that rider player is attacking her, they're getting hit by the counter damage, she's also dealing that extra 3000 damage factor while getting hit. And because it's lasting for 3 seconds, anyone that hits her can get a damage factor of 3000. So if she gets hit 8 times, either by one squad or multiple squads, then they're all going to get hit with a 3000 damage factor. She also has a Bodala kind of effect, because in Bodala, if he has any remaining shields, then those shields gets fired out as damage. So in her case, if there's triggers left, then it can do basically a rage skill that does a damage factor of 11,000. So this skill is immensely powerful. It's going to change how things go in this game, especially for the purpose of field battles. Her second skill is called Whirling Dance, which is a passive skill where squad counter damage increases by 20%. Counter attacks have a 20% chance to grant 20 rage. This effect can be triggered up to 1 time every 3 seconds. So basically what's happening here is her counter damage is a lot stronger than a typical hero in this game. So getting up there with Stella level with counter damage. And because this also increases her rage recovery, it allows her to fire her rage skill much more frequently as a result. So as you can see, Rozalia is becoming more and more formidable as you're reading this. Her third skill is called Graceful Dance, which is a passive skill that increases infantry squad HP by up to 30% and reduces basic attack damage by up to 15%. So as you can see, this is pretty much a direct counter to riders that are focused on basic attack damage. Her fourth skill is called Lightfoot Dance, which is a passive skill where infantry squad attack is increased by 40% and travel speed is increased by 20%. So this one is pretty standard for a lot of heroes that gets introduced in this game. And lastly, she gets an awakened skill called Dance of Death. And basically, I've already described this earlier because this description is just an enhancement of that first ability, because before you awaken it, the trigger is only 6 times and the damage factor is only 10,000 up to 2 nearby enemies. And when you awaken this, it becomes 3 nearby enemies. So Rozalia actually has another big purpose in this game, and that is to really shine when it comes to battle royal battles, because this ability here can attack 3 other nearby characters. She also opens up a different kind of strategy for infantry players. So if you look at heroes like Rozalia, you look at Stella, you look at Eddie, all 3 of these heroes has counter attack, meaning if you attack them, you will pay dearly because of the counter damage that they are doing. On top of that, there's also heroes like Marco, who you definitely do not want to attack because he's going to be debuffing you. And then you have heroes like Bodala that has an immense amount of shield, making it take longer for anyone to kill him. So basically, if you put those 5 different infantry in 5 different squads, 4 out of the 5 will actually make the enemy pay if they attack you in the form of counterattack or debuff. And for Bodala, if they don't attack him, he's going to release that shield in a form of a damage, so you do have to attack him. And then you can put strong heroes behind each of those 5 heroes that I mentioned, and as a result, your infantry squad lineup becomes annoying to touch and attack, because regardless of who you pick, you're going to pay in some form or another. That is why this new hero Rozalia not only is a really strong, powerful hero, she also adds a dimension for field fighting when you're using infantry in the field. And as you know, because of Rozalia's splash damage right here, she's exceptional as well in those big death ball type of battles. Anyways, that's about it for this video on the latest hero in this game, Rozalia. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.